All right, where you are? We're on the air.
Are we?
Well, I tried to get you guys' attention like 3 times. You guys just kept talking about putting.
Get here on time in the morning, and then you can talk to us, okay?
Is that mine?
No,
No.
you want me to do it?
No, I just looked up for mine. I thought it looked like mine.
We all sit here, we're all together.
Yeah, especially you, Wayne. You are right on camera. Family show, you know. Wayne wants to be the director yet.
Jeez.
Yeah, I do what I want.
So much for it being a family show.
Yeah.
We're just scratching this.
Paid $700 for his wife's car to get fixed. Too bad he had a flat tire.
That'll be
Crooked
next.
taillight. Needed blinker fluid.
Yeah, that could be. Lincoln fluids. Once that gets low, that's it.
You need to put your microphone. You find a way to mumble. I swear to God. Flip it on your little beard.
Right up here, Paul, right up here.
I'm gonna flip you in a minute.
Wayne already did that.
Wayne,
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
the signal.
Stop. Okay, stop with that.
Hello.
That might have been best. That people have probably heard you the best they ever did that time.
Wow, Paul actually does talk.
So the education budget passed finally.
Yes.
How how many voters came out? Sorry. So there were still quite a few.
It was 431 to 297.
Okay.
412 to 288 plus the absentee ballot.
Got it.
Was there a change in demographics versus the last one? Could you see that by just people walking in?
No, you see a lot of the same people.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
About 80 less voters.
Yeah, because it was 792 last time. Was the total.
So the $450,000 cut was the key.
But you know what the worst part is? The worst part is all the Facebook warriors that were crying like hell last time about how high it was. Glad it got shot down. Nah. Guess who didn't come out to vote? Those people.
Really?
You know, I mean, if you work the polls often enough, you see the same
see
people.
the same
You're
people,
not seeing
yeah.
anybody new.
Yeah.
It's the same people. The only good side to it was last time we had some complaints from the other side of town where no signs were put out and people didn't know and caught wind of it in the 11th hour.
Yep.
So they went out and they did buy, 10 or 12 signs and went out and put them out. And the lady that spoke the most about it came in. I recognized her and we were talking. I said, "Oh, so you knew about the vote today?" She goes, "Yeah." She says, "Thank you so much for the signs." So the signs worked. And there were people that were like, "Well, we didn't see any, but we knew." So there's still some areas. I got one lady that I talked to, just let me know where you are. I says, the next time I'll make sure we get more signs and put more signs out there.
Yep.
They used to do it years ago. People knew before you had social media and stuff, that was how you knew you had to go vote, right? And they got away from that. And the older generation just doesn't adapt to the new Facebook and whatever else is
Right.
going on. I mean,
Right.
so we got to do better with getting signs out there.
Well, we should be putting one at Griswold Fire Station. We should be putting one out by the town garage.
One lady, I think she was out in the Rickstown Road area,
Well-
out in the back there. I mean,
There's some areas you're not going to reach.
well, you can.
I mean,
It
the
takes
fire
us 10 minutes to
station's
go out
got
there and
the
put a
sign.
sign somewhere.
I don't know, was it up on their
Even
sign?
on Rickstown,
No.
you go down. What's that road that goes straight down 201?
Mm-hmm.
They go past 201 and go straight down. What the heck's that road? Stony Hill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the 4-way stop there.
Yep.
You put a couple signs there, and that'll catch some people going
Sure.
up past there.
Okay, go out 138 before it hits Voluntown. Go plop one in up there someplace. I mean, the signs are cheap. They don't cost much money.
You can always save them.
You
There's
know,
no
people-
dates on them, right?
What's that? Yeah, because they're generic.
Yeah, there's
it's
no
not,
dates.
not specific to the date. Right.
Right. Just pop them and store them in a
Yeah,
town
that's
hall.
all.
Yeah.
We need to do better.
You can get generic signs and put toppers on top.
Exactly.
Of it, put the dates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you just have to pay for the toppers every time you want to change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Barb.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Barb, the mail
Haven't
lady.
seen you here in the morning in a while.
I don't even know what the hell this is.
How are you guys?
Good, you?
Thank
There
you.
goes my raise. There goes my raise.
It's nice out.
Dancing in the rain.
It's nice
Dancing
out.
in the rain. Hey, I delivered all those for you. Oh, okay. I know what this
Christmas
is.
came early.
I know it's our bonus.
Yeah. Rich, here it is. Here's your bonus.
That's your bonus.
You
all right.
gotta itch your eyebrow too, Mike.
What's that mean?
Mm.
Here you go.
What do you got?
It's an AC adapter. Just for you, Rich.
Well,
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
thank you, buddy. This is what I was wanting.
Eat up, buddy.
Big Machina.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's incredible.
Mm.
No, it's for a camcorder.
Oh,
Uh-oh. I just saw
Uh-oh.
something I didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, no, I saw the 220. So I'm thinking, oh, shit. Did I order the wrong one? But I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for a camera.
so
So
but all in
anyway.
all, it was a good turnout. I mean, could have been better, but
Oh, I think maybe the heat turned some of the people off.
that was
It
bad.
Tuesday was.
But no matter what, you're going to have people, no matter what method you use,
They're not gonna vote.
well, either they're not going to vote or they're going to come up with the same, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you
You
just-
know, it's
some of them just don't care. Some people
No.
feel like they have no say in any of the matters. Some of the people on Facebook, now that I'm on it, are like asking questions that they should have been asking months ago. During the whole process. All of a sudden, like the
Yeah.
12th hour,
Yep.
11th hour, whatever you want to call it, and what about this and what about that? What's this line item? What's that line item? It's like they've been planning this since January, for crying out loud. So
Oh well, the new tax bills will be coming out pretty soon.
yeah,
oh, yeah.
$32.9 million, and you look at the rest of the towns; they're up near 40. They don't even have as nice
Norwich is
campus as
higher
we
than
do.
that.
I think
is
Norwich is
there.
up around 100. I think that's where it got trimmed back to, was almost 100.
Groton is now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about mill rate.
94.
They're around 46.
It was 42 to begin with, right?
Yeah.
$94 million for Groton.
Right.
Craziness. Norwich is having their own problems, obviously. They're trying to balance their budget.
Mm.
Plainfield
not.
finally get all theirs passed. I know Capital.
The
was the last
Capital
one that had it
failed.
passed.
That was the only one that failed.
Capital was the last.
Yeah.
They do theirs separately. So Capital's mixed in with the town for us.
Right.
We just have the town and the school.
Right.
They got Capital
Town, school, and
town.
Capital, right?
So
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
the Capital failed by 11 votes.
Oh, well.
Preston failed for the second time.
Well, what does that tell you?
Hey, everybody, yeah. Killingly, Voluntown, all of them. I don't think anybody went through first round.
Lisbon.
That's because this side of the
Lisbon did.
Lisbon did, yeah.
this
Yeah.
side of the states gets no money. We get nothing.
Sure.
We depend on everybody.
there's,
Depends
there's
on
no
it.
money here. I mean, there's not.
I mean,
People just can't dig into their wallets.
yeah. I mean, Lamont just gave a whole bunch of money to New Haven.
To what?
He gave
New
a whole-
England?
New Haven.
They said New England.
No, New
Oh,
Haven.
Why?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought he said New England too.
No, New Haven.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. At least Wayne and I
I guess
agree about
Mike
that.
and I must have something in our ears.
Yeah, New Haven.
We actually agreed on something. So, yeah. Wow.
Don't let that be known too loud.
Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. So I'm just sending this out to different places to see if
So what else is going
you
on?
never know. Well, I can tell you there was a
How's Sea Unicorns doing?
they're good. They're on a losing streak. They've lost like 7 out of 8 right now, but they're having a rough time of it. They play very, very hard. The kids are really, really good. I don't think people give them a chance.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. And I think that there could be they all. What I hear so many times is there's the name is stupid. That's what I hear. The reason why people don't come is because the name is stupid, and I'm like, that doesn't. I don't know.
What's it got to do with it?
What's
But
got
that-
nothing to do with it?
That name's been around for years.
The unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get over it.
Well, no, I hear that
There's
all
a
the
lot
time.
of silly names in minor league baseball.
Oh, of course.
Even lower than that. You know,
Yeah.
you got some of the other lower leagues out
I
there.
mean, even
It's
the
all
yard
kinds of-
goats, really?
And the yard goats, yeah.
You know,
They're doing all right.
trash pandas. Serious. The nuts. The nuts. Oh, and I think they're in Cleveland, right? And their slogan is "Butter up." It's kind of funny, right? I mean,
Yeah, it must
Well-
be. It must be a hell of a game when they play the Squirrels.
When you get down to like a single A and stuff like that, you know, they try to have
they make it interesting.
side shows and comedy and laughing. So you get the baseball, they're playing.
Yeah.
Kids are out there playing hard baseball and stuff, but they also try to have the gen up family atmosphere. So they're trying
Yes.
to,
Keep it light.
keep it light. So
So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I think I already talked about this. The towns, they've already contracted a company to list it to sell it.
Are they're going to sell it?
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's like, all right, you sell it, you balance the budget this year, but what about next year?
You're done.
Right? You got no. I mean, you got no asset. Oh, let's sell Mohegan Park. That's been my line lately. Let's just sell Mohegan Park
Mm.
Why?
because they're clutching at straw.
Yeah.
Trying to balance the budget, and they're just trying to. It's like a fire sale in Norwood.
Man, that's how Norwich got its name, the Rose of New England, based on Mohegan Park,
The Rose Garden.
because of the
No,
Rose Garden.
that's a joke, Paul. They're not selling
okay.
Mohegan Park.
Come on, Paul.
Come on.
Oh, he hooked you in on that one. So he was
What's-
just thinking-
I said,
he's
what's
being-
next?
he's being
Mohegan
sarcastic.
Park.
Oh,
He was being sarcastic.
fishing.
Wow, come on, Paul.
yeah, that's why Lamont gave the money to New England.
New England.
New England again. Here we go. So
That's-
yeah. So I had a I want to get your guys' opinion on something. I just bought a trailer and a site at Strawberry Park in Preston. We closed on it yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, did you? Good.
So before, I mean, this is the timing couldn't have been better, but just before we walked in for the closing, hadn't signed a paper yet. The one of the owner of the head of the co-op or whatever at Strawberry Park called me, but he also was the owner of Elite Resorts, whose name is Ed Mayer. Calls me up. So are you buying site number blah blah blah? Yes. You're aware that the city of Preston has X amount of violations on this, and I said, I'm aware. So you're going to take care of it. I said, I'm aware.
Hey, welcome to the park.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I'm thinking, boy, their welcome wagon game is strong.
What a guy.
All right. No, I mean,
we
what
had to
a
go work at the town
I mean, this
hall.
guy was. I mean, we hadn't even signed anything, and he's like harassing the hell out of me.
Well, maybe if you lived in Preston, it would have been a different story.
Oh my god! So
Got all
anyway,
these foreigners coming in
so-
buying our properties.
Uh-huh.
so finally he goes. He reiterates. So you're going to take care of it, and I'm like, I'm aware of some of the issues. He goes, oh, okay. So you're aware. Click. He hangs up. He hangs up on
Yeah,
it.
anytime you buy a
Like,
property,
what a
you have
jackass!
to be transparent. Like, if there's any outstanding issues or liens or anything like that on the property, you have to be aware of it. That's the law. But it's like it's just
It was like he was trying to bully me.
What were
Yeah,
these,
just like
what
to
were
call
these
you up.
problems? Big ticket
they
items?
doesn't even
or
give you a.
You got to go rake up the
I
leaves.
don't really know what.
Doesn't
don't
even
even
give you
know.
a couple days.
You know,
Just
I mean-
jumps right on you.
Oh no, he did. And then there was an email chain. There was an email chain between him, a couple people from CCOG. I think one of them's his son-in-law, one of them's his daughter. You know, they're-
Seacog getting involved.
I have no idea.
Oh, my word.
I have no
Private-
idea.
private property.
Yeah, I know. Because apparently it's the town of Preston that have levied these violations. So I'm like, so why isn't the town of Preston involved?
I didn't say, tell them, why don't you have the appropriate people from the town get a hold of me, right?
Yeah. So anyway, there's an email chain And it's like, so he's taking down the fireplace, right? And I'm like, what the are you guys even talking about? And it's like there's like 6 emails.
That was my first thought.
Okay.
Was something with the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just jealous.
Well, hey, I
They're
guess
just
so.
jealous because they don't have anything that cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, was he harassing?
I mean, I saw pictures of the place that you had posted. I mean, I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary there. I mean, come on.
I didn't either. But anyway, my point is that I hadn't even signed a paper,
And you getting called.
and I'm getting slammed by this guy, and then him and his whatever, his goons, within an email, slamming, you got to do this, got to.
Campground Mafia coming right after him.
Yeah, it's like obviously they don't know me well enough yet.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wayne.
Wow.
Anyway,
Just wait.
guy could use probably a little HR help. Oh man.
So you've been to the property lately?
Was there yesterday?
Oh, no horse's head?
No,
No, okay.
no,
Horse's head.
no cement and shoes.
There will be signs, okay?
But
Make him an offer. He
but
can't
why? Well, this has been a running.
Luigi.
This is from what I understand from a lot of the owners that I've talked to. And when I say owners, people that own their own sites,
Hmm.
their own stuff, that this is an ongoing thing.
Hmm.
For whatever the reason is, I don't
So
really
it's not
know
just
yet.
you.
Oh no! Oh no!
He harasses everybody equally.
Well, what I think probably would have been a better form of action by him was, "Hey, Mike, this is Ed Mayer. How are you?
Hmm.
Just want you to know, that we should have a conversation about what the town of Preston is doing with your site or what they've said. Can we get together and talk about it?
What kind of
Okay, let's talk.
what kind of issues could the town of Preston have on a
I don't know.
private campsite owned that's owned privately? It's not like you're in violation of zoning laws, for God's sakes.
I don't know.
Unless he went to the town because the prior owner wasn't doing anything about it. or something.
Yeah, but I mean, from the pictures I saw, what could you possibly do that the town of Preston will be stepping in on?
Well, I can tell you one thing that I do know is the fireplace they said was a permanent structure.
Sure looks it.
It's not.
No?
It was brought in on a flatbed.
Oh.
So, and it can be scooped up and moved.
Taken out. Sure.
Right. That has been there 15 years.
Now it's a problem.
And now all of a sudden it's a problem? I don't understand. What changed?
Have a discussion on
The owner.
What's the definition of a permanent structure?
So we can't move.
Well,
Anything can be moved.
some people.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's some neighbors that have a problem with it.
No.
No.
Does
No.
the guy own the place or just manage it?
He just wanted to let you
No, he
know
owns
that
it.
he's in
he owns
charge.
that old.
Yeah, you know what? I think he was peacocking.
Yeah, he
to
was
be
just want to let
honest
you
with
know
you.
I'm in charge and I'm telling you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I bought this piece of land and
Yeah.
I'm part of the
You
co-op.
understand there's
so-
rules. You can't let it turn into
Of
a dumping
course
ground.
not.
But it's like, stop.
Why would I want to do that? I've been going there for years.
Don't even legally own the place, and he's already chirping on you.
Well, that was the thing.
Wow.
Is I told him, I said, well, we're going. The only thing I said to him, was, hi, this is Ed Mayer. So I understand you're buying site, blah, blah. And I went, yes, we're walking into the closing right now. I mean, I was literally outside of the attorney's office when he called.
Hmm.
He goes, so you're aware of it? And I'm like, I'm
See ya.
aware
Bye,
of
Ed.
them. And meaning aware, I'm aware of what the seller told me of a couple of things.
So did you have to get approval by them to be able to buy the place before you could
No.
even buy it?
No.
No.
See, that's another thing that one of the emails said that all of these issues need to be taken care of before the sale of the property. It's like, you have nothing to do with that.
Mm.
You can't tell me, or what I can buy or what they can sell.
So he's just like a guy, like
He owns Strawberry Park. He owns
so
what-
he's an owner of something.
yeah. He's the owner of Elite Resorts, which is the name of the company that owns Strawberry Park.
Right.
So, which they now have a property managing company that does all the property management. and
Wouldn't that
stuff.
have been something if it was somebody that you knew, property management group?
I actually talked to him about it.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, "Why aren't you in there?"
Yeah, that would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah, I think he was out of line.
Huh?
He was out of line.
Yeah, he was.
I would
not-
think so. I
To
mean,
say
he
the
was
least.
yeah. And then he hung up on me.
It's not the way. It's not the way you welcome somebody
No.
new into your.
No.
No.
Here, I mean, I'm renting the units, bringing people in to spend money in his place, rent his golf carts
Mhm.
Yeah.
at like $60 a freaking day,
Oh my God.
and you have to have at least like a 5-day rental. So there's
Oh,
$300 right off
Jesus.
that.
Old school management group.
Yeah.
Where it is. It's an
Yeah.
old school.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you he's not a young person.
Ed, no, I would say he's probably late 60s,
Okay.
He's ancient.
early
What are you,
70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirt.
Dirt.
Yeah.
He's older than dirt.
Just this side of dirt.
Yep. He's turning quickly to dust.
Nobody's
Yeah.
as old as Paul. Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Not good. Not good.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
What a
Well,
way, what a way to start,
You
right?
should have opened it like you said. You should have said, "Hey, Mike, I'm da 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 da. I want to sit down with you when you're done and
Yeah.
have some time to get together and talk through these issues. So you're make sure you're aware of them and what needs to be done.
We'll eat some strawberries, have some shortcake, and we'll be buds.
Yeah. This
We'll
is
be friends.
this is just This is just property number one. I'm considering buying a few more.
Yeah,
You know.
maybe I'm gonna buy him somewhere else now.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to Odita. Maybe I'll go to Sun Fox. Well, see, I don't. He does not like. I don't believe people owning their own campsites because this started well before
Sure.
he came in. When Buck, his name is
Oh.
Buck Bieber
It was Joe.
Hyman.
Oh, that's the father.
No, it's his brother.
Huh.
The guy from Preston Trading
Trading
Post.
Post.
They're brothers.
Look, Hyman was the father and Joe was the son.
I don't think so. Josh is his son.
I don't know, Josh.
Josh is Buck's son. Josh has got to be late 30s now.
You know,
Joe's got to be mid.
maybe he thought there goes the neighborhood.
That's his brother.
Okay.
You know,
Huh?
maybe he heard a lot about you and said, "Oh shit, there goes
So-
the neighborhood."
Oh my God, it's that guy on that radio show.
Oh,
gee,
boy.
that podcast.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
yeah, there
That's
you go.
what it
It's the
is.
social media issue line item. That's what it is.
We're doing
Yep.
the show right from that freaking place. I'm telling you. Right around that fire
There you
pit.
go, right around the fire.
There you go. We
Outside,
can
right
light
on
that right
site.
up.
Here we are. Strawberry Park.
Yeah.
Right in front of
He'll
the
come over.
fireplace.
He'll come over and go, no. It's private property.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah. So he's also
Care for a beer
you have a road soda.
with a fire going.
He's he also sells campsites. So I feel that he thinks that this is infringing all on his business.
Well, then he should have bought it,
He shouldn't have bought Strawberry Park. This is the way that it
or
is.
he should have bought what you just bought.
I'll sell it to him.
It was for sale. You could have
Yeah.
bought it.
He can buy it from me right now for $140,000.
There you go.
Then you can
Call it a
him.
day.
Are you aware?
Are you aware of all these problems?
There you go.
Yeah. By the way, hey Ed, we gotta talk.
Lock, stock, and fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can buy it from me if he wants to.
Oh well.
You got a deal for him.
Well,
I just thought it was kind of it was.
that was wrong.
Very
Yeah.
crude.
Yeah, that was wrong.
Then I just thought that then the whole thing. Then he hung up on me. I'm thinking, boy, this is professional.
Yeah,
You know,
just goes to show you what you're walking into.
I'm not walking into anything. I own my site. Screw it.
Cranky
Supposed to tell you
old
when
man.
You buy a piece of property that seller's supposed to be transparent about the issues that are.
Yeah, you're not dealing with them. Yeah.
But
no.
so yeah, you should know that. You
Yeah.
should be aware of it. But
Yeah.
he's just trying to be helpful.
Who, the owner?
Just trying to be helpful. Make sure you're aware there's issues with this property. Okay.
Yeah. Then he slammed off on the emails. I'm like, what the?
Here's a reminder. Not only like a slamming the phone 5 minutes later, here's an email.
Jeez.
Oh God.
Oh well.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's too bad because I've been going to that place since I was a kid. And there's a lot of memories for me there. And
We camped there a few times years ago. It was
want a fireball?
okay.
Anybody want a fireball?
It was always one of the pricier campgrounds around, but it was well kept. It was nice.
It is absolutely one of the priciest.
Yeah. Well, even I'm talking back in the mid '70s.
Mhm.
It was that, but it was clean. It was kept up. They didn't put up with any BS back then. And it was a nice place, but you paid for it.
That was my my mother's thing when she found the place for us. She said right out, she goes, "It's clean," and that was the thing that really got her well. So I want to.
No.
I want to. There was one of the emails I thought was.
Oh well.
I thought it was kind of funny.
No well. What else is happening?
That was a nice ceremony yesterday at Griswold High
That
School.
nobody knew about.
That it wasn't really put out very well. I mean, there was still like between family and vets. I don't know if there's like, I'm just gonna guess 40 Vietnam vets there. They were celebrating the 50th anniversary of the end of the war and acknowledging some of the people in the surrounding towns in the area here because they weren't all from Griswold.
I know they
Yeah,
listed the.
I didn't hear about it. Last week Tina said something about it at the EDC meeting. She had to work on something next week.
But she
Didn't
even
know what she
mentioned.
was talking about.
I know. I mean, that's what I don't understand.
And then we're trying to find it on the website or Griswold Now or
Nothing.
Facebook. Nothing. Not even any sign.
You're allowed in Griswold now.
Maybe it was just an invitation to the vets, but there's a lot of veterans around here that didn't. I was 3 years removed from Vietnam by the time I graduated, 2 years. And, but there's a lot of people that still served the country after that probably would have gone to acknowledge their service. I went when I found out because my wife was talking to Sean.
McKenna.
And Sean McKenna, the superintendent, and said, he was working to set that up for Wednesday at 4:00. And that's the only reason I knew when it was happening and where. So it was.
Yeah, you heard like little bits of it that there was some kind of veterans thing, and that was it. There was no details to it.
It was a nice acknowledgement because when those guys got out of that war, if you remember, they didn't. There's no ticker tape for
No,
there
they
was
got
no-
treated like shit.
for those guys. They got treated like crap.
Yeah, they did.
A lot of them were embarrassed to wear their uniforms.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Embarrassed to say that they served at the time.
Yeah.
Because of the way they were treated.
Yeah.
So, and even while I was I didn't see the turnaround for the military and all like that until maybe the early '90s. The first time in Iraq, George W. was in. That was the first time you saw the turnaround about, thanking the vets and stuff like that. But there was a time there where they didn't get any acknowledgement.
I wonder why it was kept quiet.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of
Why
why.
not?
Like I say, it was mentioned, but it wasn't mentioned in any detail that would have been like, yeah, what's going on? Where is it? What time? What day? There was none of that.
Did they not want residents to show up? It was strictly for veterans.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, we had.
I didn't know anything
Obviously,
about
they
it.
knew about it.
we
They
had
were
our
there.
State senator there. We had our state rep there. We
Mhm.
had,
It's easy to get those
all
folks
the-
there when they
There's
just
a
send them an
lieutenant
email or
at
send
the,
them a.
Had the lieutenant
Facebook
governor
thing.
there.
You know, oh yeah, I'll be there.
I
But
don't say someone didn't know till Monday
Huh?
that was happening.
what's that?
Some of the state leaders didn't know it was happening until Monday.
Mm.
Yeah.
So 'cause I talked to one of them. Actually, I talked to both of them, Brian and Heather. But that something like that should have been put out so more residents could go there and honor the individuals. Some of the people from the some of the guys or people from the BFW were there, of course. But yeah, I mean, it still had maybe 100 people in there with families, friends, and the vets themselves.
Well, that's decent at least. You know.
But I think there could
Yeah,
have
but
been
40
more
of them
there.
were the veterans, right?
Could have been more there. But,
Well, yeah, of course there could have been more there, but
so,
yeah, I had no idea.
Hmm.
I had no idea at all.
It's
just,
unfortunate.
and the lieutenant governor was there. She,
Mm.
I saw she opened it up pretty much and spoke about it. I guess she was the one who probably contacted Tina to try to see if she was interested in being the host. Griswold being the host town, which is another thing. You're being asked as a host town to do something like this. It's like maybe make a little bit of a big thing out of
Sure.
it or welcoming. So anyway, it was a nice ceremony.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it was a nice ceremony, but
So it was good.
It's-
I just I think that's something that a lot more people township have been aware of. A lot
well,
of people didn't know about it.
Should have put a sign out.
You know, they didn't know anything about the.
Should have been on
They didn't know nothing about the
Facebook,
referendum.
social media.
Mm.
Put a sign out.
Where's your sign? Where's your sign?
No wonder nobody knows anything what's going on.
Put it in the bulletin.
So anyway,
That'd be a waste of money.
good.
That's my
So it's a
point.
good thing that Tina and Sean worked together. Tina and Falk and Sean McKenna worked together to get it done. Support the Vietnam vets. Get recognized, stuff like that. 50 years. Man, where'd it go?
Next week they're going to do the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
That was last weekend.
Mm.
It's anniversary of Jaws.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I know 300 people showed up in Griswold, all at Hopewell Pond.
All of them dressed up in shark uniform.
That's right, like this.
Shark
They're going, ooh.
Where do they do that?
Yeah, they're all at Hopewell Park. They had a guy come out in a boat. He came in and he goes, "I think we need a bigger boat," and he took off.
I remember when it was the 45th.
Great, it was a great show.
45th anniversary 5 years ago, right? So they had a special showing down at the theater there in Lisbon. Jaws, a couple nights or whatever it was.
Exactly.
My wife and I mean, we probably watched it. I could probably play a part in that damn movie. I
Yeah.
watched it so much.
Yeah,
You know.
it was on it. It was,
Wayne Millen, actor.
Well, I'll tell you. When we watch it at home, I'll be sitting there saying, "I know what's coming up." I'll say the line. So will you? She'll go. Will you
Mhm.
stop it? You know.
yeah,
But we watched it in the theater. On the big screen.
yeah. The book was different.
The book was absolutely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
absolutely
was.
different. Yeah, the book was different.
But the book was good too.
There was more than one survivor in the book.
Yeah,
No, there was only one survivor, right?
Yeah,
There's only one.
yeah,
That's right, because the other, because in the
the
in,
diver, Matt Hooper, was the I don't know,
in the movie he gets eaten,
marine biologist.
right? But
Yeah, he got.
but in the book, oh, now I'm getting confused.
No, the book he got killed.
Right.
Because he went in the shark cage. He got killed. In the movie, he survived.
That's right, because they were both paddling on that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to make it. I mean, if everybody read the book, make the movie, make it a little different, so it's not everybody's expecting that. Yes. But, the Matt Hooper character was a likable character, right? In the movie, so, actually, as much as Quint was a pain in the butt, you didn't want to see him get chewed up either and spit out. But
There was a couple of jump scares
yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah. I remember dozing off. I was watching it like the 10th time in the theater because it was back in the day. It used to be when it was out so many weeks. There was a theater that had like a $1 showing, So I used to go with a couple buddies. And I remember dozing off, and that was the time when the shark jumped up when the sheriff was chumming,
yeah.
and that's before he said, "I think you need a bigger boat." That woke me up. Yeah, I'm just dazing off looking at the screen. I see a shark coming at me. Whoa!
I think that's one franchise though that kind of went a little far. I think it was just too many.
Oh, remakes or
Oh yeah,
repeats?
it was like 5.
second one
It was
was
Jaws
okay.
5, I think.
4 or 5. There was Jaws 3D. That was, and then there was
I
Jaws
went and saw
4,
that.
and that was even worse.
And that was before 3D was really any good.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so yeah, after the second one, it was, you know. And then they've got the homage movies, the Meg and Meg 2. You know, because if you watch the Meg, it's got a couple references to the Jaws movie in it.
Oh.
So, but the special effects are so much better. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but you ever notice in a movie
Sharknado.
how they always let's look at the Jaws movie. You remember he was reading a book, and in the book they showed him throwing a diver's thing down the throat of it. So they put those little things in the movie to let you know that's what's going to happen. Just like they showed the fire extinguisher. Well, guess what? Remember there was a fire. So in these movies, you can actually watch the movie and see certain props they put in there, and that's what's going to come out in the end.
it's
So-
shot like when
Yeah.
you know Quint was threw his big knife on the side of the boat.
Yeah.
Right. He ends up grabbing it, trying to stab the shark with it. Right.
Yeah.
You know, and then they showed the scuba tank.
Exactly.
You know, sitting there, and that was the undoing of the shark eventually.
Right.
Right.
So those are the kind of little things that, and even today's movies, they do that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of interesting to. Okay, that's going to come up again.
It was a real fish.
Oh, it was a real fish, all
All
right.
right. Ever watch some of the documentaries about that? The problems that they had with that mechanical shark and stuff
Yeah.
like that? It was like crazy.
I don't care. It's real fish. They blew up a real fish.
Yeah.
They won't tell you that though.
No.
Shark meat everywhere. Sharknado was real too.
Okay. Somewhere,
You
in
see
some
Sharknado?
dimension, I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Did you see Sharknado?
No.
It's real.
I've seen bits and pieces. I couldn't.
Was it the bits and pieces that were flying when it got blown up?
It
or-
was just a little bit too silly for me.
Sharknado?
Sharknado movies are just. I'm being kind.
No. Wizard of Oz is real.
I think a Sharknado 20 or something like that. How many of those they make?
Beavis and Butthead, they're real too. I like all these shows that were they're based on reality.
But didn't they have one where sharks in space or something like that? At one point, Sharknado, you know, in space or something. Oh my God!
Come on,
It'd be
Paul.
nice to have that kind of money.
Yeah.
They make those kind
Movies that don't make you any money. Yeah.
of movies.
Spend money and not make it.
Anyway.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Shark Week's coming up. No, Shark Week's coming up. That's his buddy's show, right?
What?
Justin,
Shark Week.
Justin's got it.
I don't know if he has anything to do with.
He said he had something to do with it. I thought he said he has something to do with that. Yeah, he didn't go to any sites, but I think he has something to do with that.
He may. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in the last couple of weeks.
Oh,
Let's see. Shark movies. Shark Tales. The Shallows. Great White. The Reef. Mako. The Jaws of Death.
Looks like a young Trump there, don't it?
USS Indianapolis. Men of Courage.
Oh, that's a true story.
It's Nicolas Cage. Open Water. That was Australian, if I'm not mistaken. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
Very suspenseful. You didn't know what was going to happen.
I mean, there were some decent ones. I mean, there was one that just came out not too long ago about a guy that kidnapped a couple people or something like that.
Jaws 3.
Ugh,
Jaws the Revenge.
that was, Yeah, that was probably. And I love Michael Caine, but that was probably the worst. movie
Michael
he ever
Caine.
made.
47 meters down. Shark Night 3D.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know you're looking.
Good movie.
The Meg.
That's the latest one, isn't it? The Meg.
Yeah, they made a second one too.
Yeah.
The newest shark movie is also the craziest. The Meg goes prehistoric by putting a megalodon in the center of insanity. Sharknado. And then Jaws.
I don't even
Number
wait.
one.
I don't waste my time watching that crap.
What do you watch, Paul? You watch the only thing you watch is stuff to do with like Department of Public
Wild
Utilities.
You
West
gonna go watch
shootouts.
F1,
Watch what?
Formula One, new movie,
No.
car racing?
No, I didn't watch that.
What? Brad Pitt?
Nope.
Getting old though, but he's still got a six pack.
I didn't watch it.
Wild West movies are vaudeville shows, right?
No, I know vaudeville shows.
That's supposed to be. So this F1 movie is coming out this week. As a matter of fact, tonight or tomorrow night is supposed to be like high-powered action, almost like Top Gun Maverick. You ever see that? Oh my god, you gotta see that Top Gun Maverick.
No.
The flight sequences in that, unbelievable, unbelievable.
No. Don't spend a lot of time
So we've
watching.
gone from the budget to really bad.
I
movies.
watch time watching a lot of movies.
Bad movies that made like almost $1 billion.
The movies coming out today are so dumb.
That was. Let me tell you something
Think about
that
it.
movie.
What are they? Have you seen anything good come out lately?
That's the only
I'm
movie
paying
my
attention.
wife wanted to go see twice in the theater. The only movie that we've been married 41 years almost. That's the only movie I went to a theater. And after we walked out, she said, "I want to see that again." on the big screen."
Dumb movies, yeah, like
That's-
Blazing
that's how-
Saddles wasn't in there,
That's how
right?
impressive those effects were.
Yeah.
Flight sequences. That was a good story too. So,
So, all right, guys, got anything else? I don't. I'm done.
you done? You're all out.
I think so.
You're done whining about your property now.
He's got a
a
And
meeting.
the guy you got to work with now.
He's
from now
got
on?
a meeting with
Make
I don't
sure
have
him.
to work with
fix
him.
all those things. Get them hammered out.
You know what?
Yeah, he's got to go work on them.
Yeah, he's got a
That's
meeting
where
with
you're going
Ed.
right now. You're gonna go right now.
I don't have to work with him. He's got to work with me.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
You should
He
send
doesn't,
him
he
an email
doesn't
now.
know who he's messing with.
Just have some
He's
tea
the
and crumpets and sit
He's
down
the
and talk this out.
CEO of a big radio station. Don't mess with the CEO.
Gonna go meet Big Ed.
That's right.
Yeah, you and him are on the same plane.
I can't believe you did that though.
What?
I'm just getting ready to close that. Well, you know, all kinds of problems with that property. You know, you got to take care of those.
Let's face it. A bunch of people now know his name. Yeah.
Oh,
I
now
don't
people
know.
are thinking, oh, I was thinking of buying property there.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I-
maybe not.
I guess I
don't know.
changed my
I'm already
mind.
there now.
Maybe we'll
Yeah.
go up to Fishville instead, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not lying. I mean,
Hmm?
I'm
you
saying
know.
you are.
No. I know, but I'm just saying.
It's-
You know, people don't like the negative talk and stuff
Mm.
like that about themselves. But if it's true, it's true.
Yeah. Start off on the wrong foot. That's the way to do it.
I didn't even own it yet. I didn't even own it yet. And he's calling me. Did you know? What? No. I'm like,
I think I'm having second thoughts on this closing.
okay, well, I'll sell it back to you. You want it?
Just got the rudest phone call.
What are you doing this weekend, Paul? Anything?
Not really.
Okay, super.
No, no, I actually am going for tomorrow night.
Oh, where you going?
Actually, I don't know. There's a art center in Willimantic someplace.
You know, Will Manning's loaded with that.
Yeah,
Is
because
it like cat art?
no.
Oh.
Granddaughter's band.
Oh,
They're at this art
oh.
center, someplace in Willimantic.
Hmm.
So I
That's
was
the
like,
old movie theater?
I don't know where it is, but it's and even
What's the name of our band now?
I don't know what the name of it is.
I think it's called Solid Naked.
No. But yeah, so
Hey, Paul, they changed their name. I mean,
tomorrow night I'm
You
going.
better talk to your granddaughter.
So yeah, apparently have a lot of IVAC, a lot of James Montgomery's appearing there too, which I was kind of surprised. He's an old time, yeah,
Blues guy.
yeah. So it's
He's
Good.
little.
Yeah.
He's short. He's
Yeah.
got to be like in his 70s.
is he?
He's got to be.
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know where it is. The Willimantics come up a lot. They got a lot of different stuff there,
Yeah.
compared to Griswold.
All right. Well, have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Wayne,
You
I'm
too.
glad you
Make-
got your blinker
Make
fluid
sure you get
filled.
your tools together.
Oh,
You've got a
yeah.
lot of work to do over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
90.
just glad you got a car fixed. I didn't want to be
Yeah.
a chauffeur for the
Yeah.
next 4
There
or
you go.
5 days.
See?
You know?
Yeah, get that fireplace fixed.
Well, what about you?
Never know. Never
Great.
know what comes out.
Never know.
Good day
All
for
right.
a ride.
Day by day. Well, not in the rain, Paul.
Oh, it's going to rain. Not today.
Well,
I
it's-
think it's supposed to be cloudy today, tomorrow. I think there's some rain.
Well, we got to
Saturday.
see Unicorns game today and tomorrow at Dodge Stadium.
I don't
So
think it's supposed to rain much. You know, maybe spotty shower here.
Mm.
Nothing soaking.
yeah.
So and that's supposed to heat up again. Mid-80s next week.
Yep.
yeah,
Well,
it's
good
not bad.
news is that
Better
the
than
budget
100.
has been passed. It's over, and we'll work to next year's
Oh,
budget.
yeah.
That's not going to get passed.
We've spent enough money to get it to go, so don't need to have 4 or 5 referendums.
Yeah.
Got it. All right,
All right.
Wayne. Thank you, Paul,
Yep.
Rich. Have a good day,
Anytime.
everyone.